Hey y'all, Keto Nanny here to talk about a topic of conversation that's not always discussed in polite society, but we're all friends here, and it's a legitimate concern for many people on the ketogenic, following the ketogenic lifestyle, or any time that you completely change your diet. Constipation could happen. For me, it's been very constant. I've been having a lot of difficulties, and I'm into my 9th week, and it's been difficult. So, I started doing my research because I'd like to do research, and I ran across a blog where the gentleman was like, well, it's not usually something that you're not doing, because I thought, well, maybe, I'm not getting enough fiber, or I'm not doing, I think I'm drinking enough. I think I'm staying hydrated. Maybe I'm not, so I have my fluids a little bit. But anyway, there's like the list of things that you can go through. Am I drinking enough? Am I getting enough fiber? And I went through all those things, and then I read this blog, and, he made kind of an interesting query where it's like, it's not so much what you're not doing, it's probably something you're doing, right? What are you doing that's different? Were you constipated before keto or not? And so that got me to thinking that the thing that I was doing that was different than pre-keto was I was having a lot of cheese. That was how I was getting my fat. A lot, like getting my calories and getting my fat, because I think I've mentioned before in other videos that I've struggled with the calories, getting enough calories so that I'm not putting myself sort of in starvation mode. So I decided, okay, that was actually around the time when I got the MCT oil, and decided, well, I would substitute the MCT oil, which is actually a very good way of doing it, to get some of my fat versus cheese, and that I would only have cheese like once a day at one meal and kind of limit it to no more than 2 ounces. Try very hard. And so I did that. And I also, at the same time, decided to kind of up the amount of spinach I was having. I love spinach. Goes with everything. You can cook it in some butter. It's just fabulous. So I was going to do that. I was going to up my spinach, and then I was going to reduce my cheese. And nothing happened. I mean, you know how they say shit happens. Well, shit did not happen in this case. It was still, I was not having any success. So I got these pills, these women's laxative tablets, which are allegedly gentle and allegedly overnight. They're neither. I'm just going to put that out there. I did get the no-name brand, but I imagine that the name brand is the same. Not gentle and not overnight in my case. So then I was like, what am I supposed to do? MCT oil, they even say, can cause some digestive upset. And I'm like, I'm all for some digestive upset, not having it. So then I was asking, well, how much fiber do I need? Am I not getting enough fiber? And from everything I've read, you don't really need fiber. Do the research and you'll see. I mean, there's what they list for the suggested nutritional amount. And over 50, when you're over 50, it's a different number. But then I did fiber on keto, and I got a whole bunch of blogs and forums, and they're all saying you don't really need much fiber at all. In fact, what you're getting from your spinach or your lettuce or whatever is probably enough. Like if you were doing paleo, you're not getting a whole lot of fiber, and your body doesn't really need it. So I was like, well, that's damn confusing. I don't know what to do. So I read somewhere, I'm not sure, I can't remember where I read it, about this stuff called Smooth Move. I'm going to try to put it up really close so you can see it. Smooth Move. It comes in a tea and also in the tablets. I read that the tea is kind of gross, so I didn't get it. So I got the tablets. You're supposed to take 4 at a time. First time I took them, this is to tell you the state that I was in. You're supposed to take 4 a day maximum. I took 4, went overnight, nothing happened. I'd actually even had these, so I double dosed myself. Nothing happened. Had to take 4 more the next day, and then finally success. And I've had to do this twice since I've started to like go. And I'm like, this is ridiculous because having actually, I mean, like, especially if you saw my video on Disney and Universal, I was living on salads. That's a lot of roughage. That's a lot of fiber. I still didn't go. 10 days. Well, no, 7 days. Did not go. Kind of uncomfortable when I got home, so I had to do my routine, the smooth moves and the other one. Everything's fine now. But that's not how I want to live. I don't want to have to take a ton of pills just so I can go to the bathroom. So then I started doing more research, like what could be the causes of this, especially in a ketogenic diet. And there's a couple of things. But the major one seems to be potassium chloride. That on the ketogenic diet, we're very deficient in that, or can be deficient in it. And one of the symptoms is constipation. So I believe that the maximum that you're supposed to have a day of potassium chloride is 4,700 milligrams. And so I'm going to get, and like a cup of spinach is like 167. So I can't eat that much spinach to get that. So I'm going to order a supplement for potassium chloride. Take half the, whatever the dosage is, like the 4,700. I'm only going to take like 2,300 or whatever. Get the rest from my food, which I should be able to get. This way I don't go over the 4,700 is like the maximum you're supposed to have. I don't want to go over it because that can be toxic. So I'm going to take half of it as a supplement and then get the rest of it in food and see if that does the trick. But just so you know, I wanted to like put this out there that the constipation is a real thing. You may be doing everything you think is appropriate. You may be having, your spinach, your salads, your broccoli, drinking lots of water, and you may still be constipated. And it could be that, potassium could be what's bothering you. I don't know if that's the case for me. I hope it is because then I'll have to resolve this. But I will order it and start taking it, and I will update you in a later video. So until then, keto on. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon. Bye.